The 2010-2011 season featured hundreds of exciting finishes, dozens of All-Americans, and one magical run to the Final Four. The CAA's Fall Championship season began with cross country, where perennial power William & Mary captured its 11th straight men's conference championship and third consecutive Southeast region title. The Tribe went on to post an impressive 19th place finish at the NCAA championship. On the women's side, James Madison claimed its first CAA championship since 2002 behind the performance of senior Allison Paris, who turned in the second fastest time in the event's history. In field hockey, Old Dominion brought home its 14th CAA championship with a thrilling 1-0 double overtime victory over Drexel.
We were coming down the field, the ball got whacked down the field. It went past me, but another one of my teammates got it. She somehow got it through the Drexel player, and I got it, and there was way too much going through my mind at that point, but I pulled around the goalie and it went in.
The Lady Monarchs advanced to the quarterfinals of the NCAA championship after knocking off Michigan in the first round. James Madison captured the CAA Women's Soccer Championship with a 2-0 upset of Hofstra, ending the Pride's nation's best 18-match winning streak. JMU and Hofstra both received berths in the NCAA tournament and posted first-round victories as the Dukes topped Texas and the Pride beat Connecticut. Hofstra senior Tiffany Jovino, the CAA Player of the Year, earned All-America and Academic All-America honors and became the first Hofstra student-athlete to be selected for an NCAA postgraduate scholarship.
I couldn't have asked for a better senior year, and I'm just happy that I really took part of it and really played a major role for my team.
William & Mary won its first CAA men's soccer title in a decade, defeating Hofstra 4-0 behind a hat trick from Nicholas Abrigo. The Tribe at Old Dominion earned NCAA tournament invitations, with the Monarchs upsetting defending national champion Virginia in the first round and William & Mary advancing past UMBC to reach the Sweet 16. Tribe senior Nathaniel Bacco received All-America honors and was named the NSCAA Scholar All-American National Player of the Year. On the volleyball court, Delaware was the CAA champion for the third time in 4 years after pulling out a 5-set thriller over Northeastern. Blue Hens libero Greta Givney was named an honorable mention All-American.
Individual awards come with team success, so it's really just a tribute to my team and my coaches and everybody that's helped me get to this point in my career.
More than 4,700 units of blood were collected during the 9th annual CAA Blood Challenge, which shattered records once again.
Drexel University collected 1,045 units of blood and won this challenge for the 5th year in a row.
In the pool, UNC Wilmington won its 10th straight CAA Men's Championship, and Towson took home the women's title for the 4th year in a row. The Tigers' Meredith Bundner received All-America honors after placing second at the NCAA Championship in the 500 and 1650 freestyle, while George Mason's Ashley Danner finished third in the 200 breaststroke at the NCAAs to also garner All-America accolades. Hofstra claimed its 9th CAA Wrestling Championship in the last 10 years. Pride wrestlers Lou Roggerillo and PJ Gillespie went on to earn All-America honors at the NCAA Championship, along with ODU's James Nicholson. Without question, the CAA's success in men's basketball provided many of the year's greatest highlights. The CAA had its best performance ever against non-conference competition, which included Drexel upsetting nationally ranked Louisville, Old Dominion beating Clemson and Xavier to win the Paradise Jam, and VCU knocking off UCLA at Madison Square Garden in the NIT season tip-off tournament. The conference also had 5 teams chosen for televised games in ESPN Bracket Busters and came out on top in 4 of them.
Series Bracket Busters in the corner. Cam Lowe knocks down the 3.
CAA basketball enjoyed over 100 televised games throughout the season thanks to outstanding relationships with television partners Comcast and ESPN.
And Charles Jenkins wins it for Hofstra in overtime. And Charles Jenkins is displaying why he's a big-time player. And he is Hofstra's all-time leading scorer.
Record crowds created plenty of excitement at the CAA Men's Basketball Championship. Before a packed house of 11,200, Old Dominion held off a late VCU rally and captured its 2nd consecutive conference title behind 22 points from tournament MVP Frank Cassell.
Now we got expectations, and we go in there with the mindset that we're here to do work, so let's handle our business.
The momentum continued 2 weeks later when 3 CAA teams were selected into the NCAA tournament field for the first time ever as the Monarchs were joined by George Mason and VCU. The Rams opened play in Dayton as part of the inaugural First Four and used a stellar defensive effort to defeat USC. The next 48 hours brought a roller coaster of emotions. ODU went toe-to-toe with Butler for 40 minutes, but suffered a heartbreaking 2-point loss at the buzzer. The momentum turned the next day, however, when a three-pointer by Mason's Luke Hancock with 21 seconds to go completed a late rally and lifted the Patriots past Villanova. Later that night, VCU's Brandon Rozelle led a three-point barrage and the Rams rolled over Georgetown to put a pair of CAA teams in the round of 32 for the first time ever. While Mason's season came to an end in a third-round loss to top-ranked Ohio State, VCU advanced to the Sweet 16 for the first time in school history by routing third-seeded Purdue 94-76.
Jackson, a little speedster, swatted by Burgess. Rozelle for three.
The Rams are pushed to overtime in their Sweet 16 battle with Florida State.
Joey Rodriguez looking to throw in, facing the count, gets it in, and Burgess with the score. 7 seconds to play. VCU up by 1. No timeout being called. Kitchen. It's over. It's all over.
Few experts gave VCU a chance at its Elite Eight matchup with top-seeded Kansas. But the Rams silenced their doubters once again, bolting out to a 17-point first-half advantage and holding on for a convincing 71-61 win that gave the CAA its second Final Four team in 5 years. VCU's remarkable run came to a close before more than 70,000 fans at Houston's Reliant Stadium. The Rams got a game-high 27 points from Jamie Skeen, but suffered a 70-62 setback to Butler.
This whole season was great, and it was a great run. We made history, and we kept making history. We went deep into the tournament, and we did what everybody said that we couldn't do, and I couldn't be more proud of my teammates.
This was a terrific run. Are we capable of doing it again? Sure, no question.
The CAA Women's Basketball Championship moved to a neutral site for the first time in more than a decade at the Showplace Arena in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Top-seeded James Madison got a game-high 24 points from tournament MVP Dawn Evans and edged Delaware 67-61 to capture its second straight CAA title.
It's a total team effort, and we're a good team when we do that. So very proud of this senior group. You know, they've been wonderful for this university, and for them to go out like this, there's no better feeling for me as a coach.
The Dukes made their third NCAA tournament appearance in 5 years, and the CAA sent 5 teams, Delaware, Drexel, UNC Wilmington, Old Dominion, and VCU, to the WNIT. JMU's Dawn Evans, who became the CAA's all-time leading scorer, headlined a group of 4 honorable mention All-Americans from the conference, along with Delaware's Elena Deladon, Hofstra's Shantae Evans, and VCU's Courtney Hurd. The spring championship season began on the tennis courts, where William & Mary captured its 21st CAA Women's Tennis Championship in 26 years with a 4-2 victory over Georgia State.
I mean, this is where you just put it all on the line. You just keep believing. You just know that all the training, the preparation you've done is going to pay off. And you just, you go out there with nothing to lose and just put it all on the line.
The Tribe and VCU both earned berths in the NCAA Women's Tennis Championship. UNC Wilmington took home its second CAA men's tennis title in the last 3 years after pulling out a thrilling 4-3 win over VCU.
I know that everyone is a warrior on a tennis court, and I had 100% confidence in every one of them, and we did it.
The Seahawks and Rams both went on to represent the conference at the NCAA Men's Tennis Championship. On the links, UNC Wilmington rallied to win their third CAA Women's Golf Championship in the past 5 seasons, and Georgia State's Charlotte Guillou earned individual medalist honors. The Seahawks competed in the NCAA Women's Golf Regionals along with CAA Player of the Year Charlotte Lorenzen of Georgia State. UNC Wilmington was also the CAA Men's Golf Champion, posting a 10-shot victory for their first league title since 2005. UNCW senior Josh Brock, who earned tournament medalist and CAA Player of the Year honors, finished 6th overall at the NCAA Regionals and just missed a berth in the NCAA Championship.
Down the stretch, just play shot by shot, just try to keep it in play, keep it hitting. We drive the ball good as a team, to try to keep the ball in the fairway and hit in the middle of the greens and give yourself a chance down the end. So we did that.
Northeastern captured its second consecutive CAA Women's Rowing Championship. The Huskies dominated the event, winning all 3 races. Behind outstanding individual performances from multiple event winners Rashawn Ruffin and Lavelle Handy, George Mason claimed its second consecutive CAA men's track and field title by nearly 100 points. On the women's side, Georgia State turned in a big performance on the event's second day to earn their first CAA championship. The Panthers' Yolanda Berryhill and VCU's Keena Fortune were named the event's top performers. The CAA Women's Lacrosse Championship went to James Madison for the 2nd year in a row and 8th time overall. The Dukes edged host Towson 8-6 behind 2 goals from tournament most outstanding player Mary-Kate Lomedy.
The resilience of this team to fight back and to continue to keep their belief that we could get the job done is what I'm most proud about today.
Delaware won the CAA men's lacrosse title for the 2nd straight season and 3rd time in 5 years. The Blue Hens knocked off Massachusetts 9-7 in the final behind a hat trick from tournament MVP Kevin Kaminsky. The Blue Hens were joined by Hofstra in the NCAA Men's Lacrosse Championship.
And the 2011 NCAA Lacrosse Tournament is underway. Antonides goes to work right down Charles Street and scores!
Georgia State won its first CAA softball championship with a pair of victories over perennial power Hofstra on the final day. Junior pitcher Elena Thomas, who was named the tournament's most outstanding player, threw a 3-hit shutout to lead Georgia State to a 2-0 victory in the deciding game. James Madison rolled past Old Dominion 10-1 to take home the CAA Baseball Championship for the 2nd time in 4 years. Led by the tournament's most outstanding player, outfielder Johnny Bladell, the Dukes outscored their opponents 27-8 in the tournament and closed the season on a 9-game winning streak.
It's out of here.
And I figured after those 2 hits, after those 2 fastballs, he'd be coming with a slider. And I was sitting on it, and he threw it right where I like it, and I just took it the other way and got it up elevated, and it just kept going.
Outstanding performances on the field, on the court, and in the classroom made the 2010-2011 season one to remember in the CAA.
The Rams of Virginia Commonwealth have made it to the Final Four, knocking off the #1 seed, the Jayhawks of Kansas.